First, I have a question for our legal staff. There's a very good point that's been raised in regard to a variance and permits as a way for local individuals to resolve the issue. So, Mr. Attorney, what would be the procedures, protocols, and is it something that would fall within the variance, and how would that work?
Yeah, Councilmember Birsan, the development code, most variances relate to the property itself, to the size, the dimensions, et cetera. Our development code, however, also allows variances based on disability-related needs, disability accommodation. So conceivably, somebody could seek a variance from this ordinance based on their disability. I think that there are a number of practical issues that would arise from that, namely that presumably those who are growing medical marijuana are doing so because they are disabled. They have a need to grow the marijuana to treat that disability. So you're basically, if a variance were granted, the city would on the one hand be making outdoor cultivation unlawful, but on the other hand saying, we are going to agree to it, we are going to give you a variance. So there's practical issues that would arise from allowing a variance from this ordinance for somebody who needs medical marijuana. In terms of procedure, variances are typically decided by the zoning administrator.
All right, can I get a quick translation in Brooklynese? Does that mean yes, they can get a variance, or no, they can't get a variance?
It means that there is a procedure in place whereby somebody could seek a variance. It would be up to the zoning administrator and then the planning commission and possibly all the way to the city council as to whether to grant that variance if the zoning administrator denies it.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, should I continue with my comments or should I bring it back? What's your pleasure?
You have the floor, so if...
Okay. No problem. Thank you. We're here a lot of times because, in this issue, because of a situation that exploded where some 27 plants were being put together and an entire block area was being subjected to odoriferous blight, for the best polite term. Unfortunately, this has happened, the nature of this problem happens in government all the time. I am fully in support that it should be regulated. I'm fully in support that we should have responsibilities with our neighbors, and we should work in concordance with our neighbors. After all, the name of our town is Concord, and we're supposed to be in concord with one another. But nevertheless, your rights to grow begin to interfere with the life of the adjacent person on a significant level. It's not like you're running a barbecue here. All right, we're talking about months of severe problems. I also believed, and I tried to approach it as a community complaint driven, and I believe, even though we did not put it into the ordinance, that that would be the approach, and that may resolve a tremendous amount of the problems with those who have a few plants, especially where there is community support. We need to have an agreement to prohibit, to require that if it is indoor, that it be residential. There has been a recent situations in the in adjacent communities where entire houses were turned into a grow house. We're not setting up greenhouses in our community for marijuana. We need to have a reasonable approach on the back, in our own backyards, and we have to be respectful of our neighbors. I do not believe that we have a sufficient support for a limit, but I like the idea of a variance. If anyone would want to entertain a motion to create a limit, I would gladly second it. As for the secondary issue of a dispensary, I believe that we need to look into this, and I think it eventually will be forced whether we like to or not. I have no problem with a dispensary, and I wouldn't have any problem with the funds from that being used towards our unfunded pension liabilities. However, there are safety concerns which are valid, which have been expressed quite eloquently by my fellow council members, and that those safety concerns apply to both the dispensaries and to Backyard Grow. However, reluctantly as it may be, I still support the agreement as written, although it can be perfected, but for which we have to take time. And I'm very welcome to the fact that a variance and a permit system might be put in place. And I would like to see that made as free of red tape or green tape as it can be. Thank you.